tells you there's something wrong.
You know what? Yeah, but people don't understand because you have so many different variation of pain. You know, and people are confused by pain because you can have it in so many multiple areas, and they're confused by it. You know, one day they have a headache, one day they have a neck pain, one day my shoulder hurts, and the next day my back hurts, and then my knee hurts, and you know that person is a mess. Really, what it is. And what it is, and here's the unfortunate thing about pain. Okay, is that it's the last symptom. It's not the first. I have so many people coming in every day. You know, the young lady, Christina's friend. You know, she was. Can I say? Yeah, she was a patient. She had an answer for everything. Why she has the pain and so forth. You know, and it's hard to find. She's gone to a lot of chiropractors, which is good. You know, and they all have plans, which is good. But plans don't mean anything. Plan is a concept of if you go to the gym every day, you know, and basically rebuild and get the body. Sometimes you know. You don't know what you can do, what you can't do, and so you slowly get in and you learn. And each day is a learning experience. And you know, but pain is so unique is because there's so many different reasons why you have pain. There's so many different reasons why it changes. You know, for instance, are headaches good or bad?
They're no fun.
That's an answer. That's true. But would you rather have an aneurysm? Yeah, because basically it's imbalance in the neuromuscular system, you know, so for the blood vessels to be able to relieve the pressure, and because of that stretching, you know, you get a headache. You know, and of course there's migraines. And well, I mean, if you get hit with a shovel or a brick, you know, so one would be a shovel headache, another would be a brick headache, okay, or if you got bit by a snake, it would be a snake headache. It doesn't really matter, they're all the same. I mean, there is a book when I was a kid doctor, called Merck's Manual. Has everybody read it? Heard of it? It's kind of like the Bible. It used to be the Bible of pathology. And I started reading it like any student, and I found out one thing. Everything's the same. You have decreased range of motion, you have redness, and you have pain, or you have fever, or so all the symptoms are the same. The body's only going to manifest so many different symptoms. But we never think about it. You know, the body expresses so many things to us, you know, that we just don't pay attention to it. Because it's normal. Okay, now let me give you a heads up. Pain is not normal. You know, it's just the normal headaches. You know, pain is common, but it's not normal. And that's the thing that people get confused about. And they don't understand the importance of what the body's telling you. I mean, we know it when you drive down the street that it says a red light. Okay, let's go sit down. It's closed.
Yeah, I wanted to be here.
Okay, you know, she's seen this all the time. No, you haven't. You haven't seen that. She's seen it. I never eat before I speak because I want the blood to go where? To my brain. So there's so many different warning signs, but we don't know what it is. I mean, one of the things, you know, it's an offshoot, but basically it's always the same. Everything's the same. Every condition, 95% of all conditions are caused by one thing. And all symptoms are caused by the same thing.
Pain.
No.
For me.
No. That's what brought you here. Has anyone says you look taller yet?
No, I'm shorter.
No, since you start coming.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I had a picture. You know, I had a young girl. She was like this. I mean, she got 3 inches on her. Because she now stands straight. And she does something else. It's amazing. She smiles. Do you ever see a person, pushing a shopping cart, with a, just ever smile?
No.
Because their brain's in that depressive mood. It's called, depressive melancholy. It's in that depressive mood. Posture controls so many different things of our body. If you all you have to do is go to Albertson on a Saturday morning and watch all the blue-haired ladies go for that, for that early shopping thing. They're all humped, all in pain. Why? They get through the traffic, remember?
That's horrible.
I've never seen it like that.
Yeah, it's bad up there.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's all the way to Valley View.
What
I
are
mean,
they doing?
to,
They have a lot of
Down
food,
there?
huh?
What are they doing? That is-
I have no idea because it has nothing to do with us.
Oh, it was way up there.
all the way to Rosecrans.
You gotta see me every morning. Every morning I go out there and see what they're doing. Then every night when I go home, I go and see what they did.
They're getting better.
Oh, it's looking good.
They have improved since yesterday.
Hey, I didn't know that. Did you know that they have a machine that lays down the curb?
Yeah.
I didn't. So I went back there and the machine's laying down the curb. The curb and the thing down below it? It's laying it down. I thought they'd have to make forms for it, and stuff like that and all.
Well, that's an improvement in cement that they've had today.
Uh-huh.
They've improved it such that it sets right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they can go into the freeway and lay.
Oh, that's how they do it then.
And they can, in a matter of hours, they can drive over it.
Wow. You got anything? They have drinks? They have water and they have Diet Coke? Okay, good. Good girl, I take the Coke, but that's okay. So anyway, this sounds redundant, okay, but pain, arthritis, ulcers, they're all the same. It just depends on you. That means your weakness, your lifestyle, your genetic characteristics, all these things are the same.
Isn't genetic, hereditary, isn't there a lot of it that is hereditary?
Actually,
or not?
statistically, no. You have familial. If your parents walk like a duck,
And quack
Talk
like
like a
one.
duck.
yeah, there's a good chance you'll walk and quack like a duck. But that's the familial thing. And if your parents, eat fried foods, beans and tortillas, you're gonna look like the parent
Kind
who
of
ate
like what we're eating right now.
Well, actually, the food you have here is excellent.
It is
See, there's absolutely no gluten in any of that stuff I give you. Carnitas is protein.
Right.
Beans is a high quality program. Now, there's one enzymes in beans that are hard to digest. That's why some people are toxic to it. They say it produces GABA. It's because of the toxins in the beans. But
They're good for you.
Huh?
They're good for you.
Well, beans are a very high quality food.
Right.
Now, the rice has zero value.
Unless
But it
browns.
tastes good.
Huh?
But it tastes.
But yeah, it hands on. And the corn tortilla. Well, the corn tortilla is the corn tortilla.
Better than flour.
Well, flour will bloat. Now that's part of the pain sequence. See, there are certain foods that will make you hurt in pain.
Yeah, especially if you eat too much.
Well, no, a little bit. You're really accurate on that. What hurts? Flour hurts. If you eat flour or bread, it will produce pain. If you eat pasta or you have milk, it will hurt because you can't digest it. See, people can't digest these things. So they stay in your system, and they formulate as macros, and they go through your blood system, and they attach to the joints that are hurt. Just figure it out. If you ate poorly, do you feel better the next day or less the next day? Everyone's late.
Traffic.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, we have food here for you, daughter.
that's okay.
You don't want to eat?
Not yet.
I bought you food. You leave it, okay.
Wait.
Okay. You bring a chair for your daughter who is also. She can have her own chair.
Do you want to sit here? Or do you want to sit on my lap?
No, you just tell them. You don't ask kids. I need you to sit here because mommy is not a youngster anymore. So I'm not sure you missed it. We're basically, everything we'll cover. We're talking about pain, why we have pain. So what causes pain? Oh, it's food causes pain. Because it overloads the system. Because if you have food that your body can't handle, for instance, what do birds eat?
Seeds,
What do sharks eat?
people.
And
Been watching Shark Week.
you know,
You asked.
huh? Well, yeah. What? I better stand up. I'll say. So what do sharks eat?
Protein.
Protein. Yeah, they eat other fish. Yeah. So there's a certain food that God gave us to eat. We just forgot about it. That's so. I mean, there are, the pigeons, whatever. Everything has a certain things we do. And humans are no different. Humans can only digest 4 foods. Anybody know what they are? We all know them.
Must be protein.
Protein's one of them.
Fruits,
Fiber,
Fruit,
vegetables.
the other one. Vegetable, and the last one is nuts. That's it.
You said
That's it.
nuts? Nuts?
You either have a worm or a seed.
Like their caveman diet, right?
Caveman diet, because it's the only thing they can digest. Now, what happens? So if you're on a desert island, and the only thing there to eat is wheat, what should you eat? Wheat.
That's what I figured.
Or the only thing on that island is peanuts. What are you going to eat? Peanuts. And more than likely, your body will adapt to it, and you become fairly efficient with it. But we don't do that. I mean, the biggest joke is known to mankind is milk. I mean, we can't digest milk. Humans can't. How many children do you have?
This is my grandpa.
Well, how many do you have?
I have 3.
3. And then when you were pregnant after the baby was born, your body produced what? Milk, right? All of you do. Why? That's how it's been.
that's what our body
Yeah,
produces.
and you probably say, did the baby have colic with mother's milk? They might, but more than likely, not. When do they have colic? When they have cow's milk. Now, here's a trivia question. How many stomachs does a cow have?
More than us.
I don't know. I think it's 4. Don't quote me on it. Not important.
Google it.
But they have more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a baby in the milk of a cow is for what? For the
Calf.
calf.
Right.
It's not for us. But if we say get a bunch of cows together, and make them make milk, we can make money. Then we can put advertisements, on television, and it says it builds bodies 10 different ways, which is not true. Milk is a very inefficient food. It's survival food, meaning you can survive on it, but you're not going to thrive because it's stressful and it makes pain. Now, you see people walking around. How many people you see walking around with the stomachs pushing out, pushing out? What is that? It's either milk or bread or beer. Well, usually not bad, but you just go to Walmart. I'm skinny. I'm the skinniest guy in Walmart now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's terrible.
I used to buy my shells. I used to shoot. As a sport. Sporting. I do that as a hobby. And I went there. I said, God, I'm going to hang out here. I'm looking thin. I'm looking good. So these things, they blow up. So why do they get this? Because they eat food they can't digest. So it stays in their system, turns to gas, because they can't get rid of them, and does what? Pushes you up and blows you up.
I'm allergic to
Huh?
I'm allergic.
No, no, no.
I am,
Mom's milk or cow's milk?
cows.
Now guess what? 99% of the people who walk this country are allergic to milk.
I found that out when I was in Korea, when we had recombined, rehomogenized milk. I had no problem.
Of course, nobody does. You're a
My
kid.
complexion, I was 18, 17, 18, 19 years old. I had all these zits all over me. I come back to the States from over there where I had regular milk.
Mhm.
Bang, I'm back to the same situation.
Mhm.
Over there, I didn't have that problem.
But milk still wasn't good.
I
You
quit.
liked it.
I quit.
Oh yeah, that's the smart thing. Yeah, it happened to me, I think, in our early 20s when I quit drinking milk, going, why do I feel so miserable? Then it was the milk.
Right.
It hits you at a certain age. Up to that time, you can eat a can. You don't need to open it, just eat everything that goes with it.
What
That's
about
what
the silk milk?
Okay, okay. All right, now that's it. Ever seen a silk cow?
It's a nut.
Huh?
It's made from a nut.
Nuts.
Yeah, it can't be milk. I'm not gonna go cruder than that, I usually will.
No, but I mean, that's what
I know
is
that.
on the carton.
I realize that. Silk milk.
Mhm.
Made from something, who knows?
Oh.
But it can't be milk. It's just basically, I mean, what's the, is it Korean food that they make anything from, soy?
Soy. That's
What is it, that food that they make from soy? You can
What are
make
you talking
anything, you
about?
can make a chicken out of soy.
Ceviche.
Anything from the soy, yeah, from soy you can make anything. I can't remember that, it's a real soft gooey food. You know, they eat it, I don't care what it, you know. But soy is, it's
Tofu?
survival food.
Tofu.
It's flat though.
Talking
Yeah,
about tofu.
it's a
Yeah,
survival
tofu.
food. It will make you feel, it will give your cells some life.
Right.
But it's survival food. It doesn't give, it doesn't add to you, it takes away. It gives you a little, but it takes away. It doesn't add to who you are. You know, but getting back to pain, I guess with the pain we always talk about in this office is arthritis. And why is arthritis? Well, arthritis is kind of stupid. You know, because you have to understand, what is the medical term for a joint? Anybody know? It's four or five letters. ARTH spells what? Arth. Okay, or artho, which means a connective term. What does ITIS mean?
Information.
Inflammation of,
The joint.
no, inflammation of something. Dermatitis, inflammation of skin.
Right.
Oitis, inflammation of the ear. You know, so that's what it means. It means inflammation. So if you go in there, okay, and you have pain in your elbow, it says, you know, John, I don't know how to tell you, but I think you have arthritis. Now, what does that mean to you? What does that conjure up in your head? It means, what does that conjure up in your head? You have arthritis. What's the first thing you think about?
I'm getting old.
I am old.
It doesn't-
Pain. Okay, and most of the people think of arthritis that you're doomed. God, I have arthritis because my parents had arthritis, but they don't know what it is. I asked, well, you know, have you had pain in your shoulder? Well, yeah. Well, that's arthritis. You ever pain in your knees? Yeah, that's arthritis. So why is that? Because anytime you have pain in a joint, it is called what?
Arthritis.
Arthritis. See, arthritis has a definitive term. Like we deal with the spine, so we be caused by degenerative arthritis. Meaning the system has degraded, died, and because of that, there's pain. And that's what it means. But here's the key. It's reversible.
Yay.
Arthritis is reversible?
Of course. Of course.
What do you do?
Most
Cut
of
it
it.
out?
Huh? Okay, that's why we're here.
Most of it, not all.
Huh? Oh no, it's easy. It's easy. How do you have it? When did it start? You know the saying, this thing, put it in your head. It is easy. Because say you're let's give an age when you first felt it. When did you first felt, did you ever have back pain? Anything, first
When
time.
I had surgery and when I was about 45.
You had surgery?
Yeah, back surgery.
Okay, no, no.
3 times
When
a
was the
month.
first time you had back pain? Ever?
Oh, when I was pushed off of the sidewalk in Hawaii and I fell down.
You fell on your back. And when was that?
That was when I was about 45. That was right before I had the surgery.
Okay, so before that time, you never had back pain, ever? Ever,
No,
anything?
I don't think
Stiffness
so.
or anything?
Well, stiff, yeah.
Okay,
but
all right. When's the first time you had stiffness?
Probably lifting my children.
Okay, that's when it starts, in your 15 or 20. That's the advantages, you know, I mean, I've never been a parent, mother, okay, and, you know, I probably should be proud of it, but, you know, I never took care of my kids. I liked it. I mean, women are flexible. You ever notice that? You know, they can actually get on the floor and get up. You know, guys can't. And so the life of a baby's on. So that's why, you know, if you have kids at 15, you're smarter in a sense if you have money. Because you're young. That's where the life's at. That's where your life's going to be at. That's why I don't want you to have in your home. It isn't so much the age, you know. If you get a nanny, movie star has a kid at 45. She don't ever take care of a kid.
Yeah.
You know, how's the kid doing today? Well, you know, she cried a little.
They told me she was good.
So back to what's the arthritis? What is pain from? Okay, here's the secret. Okay, when first time you had pain? Ever?
I in my early 20s.
Early 20s. Okay. When was the first time you saw anybody about it?
Right away.
Right away, and what did they tell you?
Thought I had pulled a muscle or something.
Pulled a muscle.
Yeah.
And were you like doing something heavy lifting or something like that?
I don't remember.
No, no, not
But
like
they
that?
gave me a muscle relaxer.
Okay. And did they tell that muscle relaxer where to go?
Nope.
Well, how does it know what to do? Now, is your
I don't know, it helped.
I know. Is your heart a muscle?
Yeah.
Is your lungs a muscle? Yeah. So what do you think happened to your heart when you took the muscle relaxer?
I don't know. Did we get weak?
Relaxed.
That's right. It doesn't know where to go. It affects everything. You just don't feel it. See, there's a huge leeway, you know, that God gave us. You know, from 100% hell to pain, from pain to death. There's a huge leeway. But before you can ever feel it, you have to lose about 60% of function before you ever feel it. So the first time you ever felt the stiffness, you've gone down, you've lost 60%.
Why is it they say when you've had surgery in the back area or wherever, that's where the arthritis then will go?
You already have arthritis.
Before the surgery.
You
Before
have
the
back
surgery.
pain.
Yeah,
You already have it.
but they say, boy, are you gonna be
Because
suffering.
they hope you're stupid.
I was.
Because they just tell you these things, and okay, God spoke. I'll see you next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God spoke, and that's what they think. That's what they feel. You know, it's nothing against them. I don't want to say anything against them. Okay, you know that's their training now. You know, it's not their training. It's not their fault. You know, but arthritis is any time you have a pain. You have arthritis in a joint. That's all. So if you come in here and you say, I have pain here, I go, great. There's no joint there. Well, do good. I have pain here. Well, it could be a lot of things. Okay, a lot of nerves go over it. Could be bad. There's a lot of different reasons. You know, it's like, where do you want to be shot? In the head or in the toe? You know,
So-
they're both bullet wounds. So pain patterns mean a lot. You know. But let's get back to, how can I have a better life? How can I not have arthritic pain? Well, there are a lot of things you can do. You know, the first thing you can do is basically detox the body. What does that mean? Well, quit putting poison in it. Now, I've got to say, everything we have up there is fairly innocuous and pretty safe. You know, it's pretty bland, pretty decent. But by the way, you use lard in your beans? Oh, I love you. Now let's talk about which one's better, lard or oil? Why? They're both fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which
isn't
one's more
olive
natural?
oil better?
One's vegetable and one's.
Yeah.
Once, lard is, yeah.
Yeah, they're both oil though. They're oil. That's a fat. What's the difference between an oil and a fat? One's solid at room temperature. That's it. So put lard in your beans if you want.
Okay.
That's the difference. That's the only difference. It's
Tastes
food.
better.
It's you know, if God made it, you're all right with it. I'm not saying like scoop it up and chow it, you know, but
No.
yeah. But it's real. It's real. It's real. So that's the only difference there is. You know, but going back to where we are before, how do we get out of pain? How does it start? It's so simple and it's so easy to understand, is that the joints are designed to do this or this, a full range of motion. It's designed. If it doesn't move, the body, because of injury, the body will start to do this on it. It will start to creep, limit the motion. It will do that automatically to protect that joint from greater damage because it's injured. And so it doesn't want you to move for. But it happens so slowly you don't know it. You know, like everybody, I mean, how many people, it's a sad story, how many people know that everyone felt great, you know, and their next door neighbor dropped dead of a heart attack? He was so healthy,
Right.
but he wasn't. How do you know? He's dead.
He
Caused by
doesn't-
natural causes. A heart attack at 45. You know, so there's ways of taking care of yourself. There's ways of evaluating yourself. There's ways of, you know, of understanding what's going on. I mean, everyone's seen that chart of spinal effects? Everyone's seen it, okay? Has anybody actually read it? I mean, there is oodles and oodles of information on it. It will tell you where these nerves go, what they do, but more importantly, how they affect the way your body works and how it affects its symptoms. Because people don't like symptoms. I mean, how many people like diarrhea?
It's just something that comes on. You know. You want to avoid it.
Yeah. No, but if you have it, do you put a cork up your butt? Or do you try to take medicine to stop it? Or do you try and increase fluid to cleanse the system to get rid of the toxin?
Fluids.
Yeah. You have a granddaughter, correct? If she have a fever, what do you do with it? Good question now.
Well, give her something to bring it down.
Why?
Why?
Why? What's the fever for?
I know you told me that.
Right.
But
But we're just scared. We have no faith.
how high can the fever? I mean, she's,
About 104, 105 with kids, you're fine.
they're fine.
They're designed, they're kids. Adults, maybe
Well,
not.
the doctor tell you to give them.
I realize that. That's what doctors do. If he didn't say anything, he couldn't charge you. I don't want to go in that realm, but you understand what I'm saying? To substantiate his need, he has to tell you. But there's no logic, because what's the fever for?
To cleanse.
Yes, and do what else?
To get rid of whatever.
You kill it.
To kill it.
And what did you just do to your granddaughter?
Stop the killing.
Stop the killing. But it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard.
Because she has one.
Yeah.
She has a fever. She's had a fever for 3 days now.
Yeah, this is good. Don't worry
Well,
about it.
how long can?
Don't worry about it. What's her body doing? Killing it.
But no, they're just telling my daughter that if she doesn't get rid of the fever by this weekend, to take her back for her lab work.
What else? For what?
So how long can she have the fever for?
But basically, her body, did she get a high fever or
103.
that's not high? That's a good, just give her water, let her rest.
And for how many days?
Just let her go. Let it go. It's killing it. Let's quit giving her stuff to bring down the fever. And let's check her spine to see the effectiveness. You know, everybody wants an immune system, okay? Everybody wants to feel good. Where is, for instance, if you have pain, okay, where does the body make painkillers at? It's a good question. I love it too. I love the answer. Your gut. 80% all the pain hormones in your body are made in your gut. Now, where is 80% of the immune system made? I just gave you the answer.
In your gut.
In your gut. So if they're eating junk that makes them bloat, and your granddaughter is bloated, because you can see her arms, but she's distended, which means what? She's not digesting her food. She's eating things she can't digest. And to change her would be hard. She'll scream like the dickens.
Is Jell-O good for something like that?
Throwing
For
at someone,
children?
yeah. Jello fight. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
What to eat.
But
I used to love, what's that, Jello, what's that one with all those little cheap, you know, they couldn't give you a real one, fruit just chopped up into squares. What is that? Fruit cocktail.
Cocktail.
Oh, I love fruit cocktail. Jello and fruit cocktail. Next time my mom would make that as well. But that was, you know, cheap dessert back then. That's all we could afford, you know. And
Still a good dessert today.
Is it? Yeah, but it's a real bloater, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The diet it, they'll kill you. But so that's what's happening. That's why she gets bloated. You know, they'll get constipated. So all these things, the immune system, they're all in you. Now she won't have pain because they have too much endorphins. But she'll have headaches, she'll have cramps, she'll feel lousy, she'll be cranky, because you don't feel good. But she doesn't know any different, because she only knows who she is. So back to pain in joints. Now here's the beautiful thing, okay? Joints you have a bone here, it doesn't really matter here. You have a bone here, okay, and what's between them? Cartilage. And synovial sac. You ever heard of synovial sac? It's like we've seen a thing where things are like a gel pack. A gel pack, kind of cool, you see the thing just lay back and forth. That's called a synovial, that we all have them. You know, you ever heard of bursitis? Gel pack. Can't be arthritis. It's got to be, well, it's not arthritis. No, I'm lucky. It's bursitis.
Isn't that hard
What
to
a
get
joke.
rid of?
Pardon me?
though? Isn't that hard to get rid of though?
It's in the, where is it at? It's in a
Okay.
joint. So it's actually two things. Bursitis and arthritis. Or synovitis, or myositis, or tendonitis, any one you want. They're all the same.
Are they?
But we don't know this because nobody knows anything. Because you've never been schooled in it. Nobody's told you this stuff. But when I tell you to, you go, yeah, that makes sense. I think I already knew it. Because I'm putting things into your head that you already know. Because you've heard it before, but just didn't have how to connect the dots. So let's get back to this. I'll make it very simple. Bone, bone, cartilage. It's in the middle. Why does the cartilage break down? You know the answer. What a chiropractor.
Toxins?
Huh?
Toxins?
No.
Oh, because of the alignment. There's a
Okay,
wound.
what does that mean? The joint is what?
It's not attached.
It's not aligned. That's right. That's it. It's not aligned. That's all. So now instead of using 100% of the pad, now you're only using 70% of the pad. So what happens? Imbalance. So that part that's not being efficient starts to break down, and then one day, oh God, goes away. Okay. Then you eat a little sugar.
Thank you.
You know, you went to a party and you wake up with knee pain. Oh, this happened again. Because the body's immune system was overloaded because you overslept, you got drunk, you ate like crap, and now you got a bum knee, so it can't handle it. So what you end up with what? Knee pain. Kind of how it works. It's strange how it works. Pretty simple though when you get to working with it all the time. So it's no longer aligned. So what is the only profession that realigns them? Chiropractor. See, this is the part we don't know. That joint is alive. It's not dead. You can realign it. It will grow more what?
Cartilage.
Cartilage. Period.
Simple.
It's so simple, but the people can't grasp it. I mean, everyone sees the blue hair lady at the store, right? What do we call this?
Osteoporosis,
Why?
because they're all bent over in this.
Why?
body. Oh Lord, I don't know.
You know that? I gave you the answer already.
Yeah.
What's the answer? What's the
She's
answer?
not, she's not in line.
Not in line. It's out of alignment. So if you have something that was like this normal one day, okay, sideways, and then some trauma happened out of there, so no longer the seeds of of degradation has occurred. So as a person gets older, okay, and the bones no longer move anymore. See, the bones get weakened because why? They're misaligned. And so they weaken, they don't get the bony mass, and they start to do what? Collapse. So they go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So if I would have saw them 30 years ago, would they be that way? No. They'd be playing volleyball. You know? It's so simple. Because all you have to do is get the joints moving again and get them to repair. And they will. Almost every time. I can't say always because nothing's an always. But almost every time. God didn't build junk. We just don't understand how to take care of it. I don't care if it's foot pain, knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, any pain. Now, there is this one thing, there is a caveat there, there's a limitation of matter. But everything can get better. Okay, almost everything, can get almost, well, you would consider 100% well, and to you, that's basically being pain for you. Because you're not gonna play for the Rams anymore, so I can't have full motion in my shoulder. Who cares? I don't need to, I can play cards. So I'm okay, I can play cards without pain. Which is not a bad deal. But it'll come to a point where you can't. And your quality of life. I went to a rest home. My buddy has cancer. A good friend of mine died of cancer, brain cancer. And I saw these people, and it was like devastating because I don't live in that world. It's a warehouse. It's a people warehouse. Like we'll put you in this drawer. That's what the size of the room is.
Yep.
That's what's looking for us. Just give me a gun.
If they hear it,
That's it. I have a pack with my brother, shoot me. Man, you don't do that stuff, That's not life.
It's a miserable place.
So back to it. So all we have to do is start to realign and change the body. And almost everything gets well. That's the beauty of it. And how do you know? Well, range of motion improves, decreased sensitivity on touch, greater strength, and less pain. Now, people are always interested in the pain, and so are we. But we don't know how it's going to recover. Because it has its own sequence. We're not in charge of that. We just know how to make it push it back to get it to start working. And then the body takes over. Because the body has its own system, and everyone's uniquely different. So, everybody understand where pain comes from. Good or bad?
Good.
It's good and bad.
You're gonna have.
You can have a car accident, fall on a tree, you get pain. Or it can be, very slow and chronic and microtrauma. Sit on a typewriter, all these things. Carpal tunnel is no big thing. All you have to do is just make that better. If you're always here, what do you have to do? Just get it to go like that. And teach them how to do that. And you're probably going to be successful 70-80% of the time. And surgery works once in a great while. But people know what carpal tunnel is? It's like a mystery what it is. Okay, these bones are called carpal bones. Okay, let's make it simple. And there is two bones here. Okay, one over here that attaches the muscle over here, and there is a tunnel. So carpal tunnel syndrome. It's not called carpal tunnel. It's called carpal tunnel syndrome. because this is what happens with carpal tunnel. So you get pinched nerve here, you get pinched nerve here, you get a pinched nerve here, you get a pinched nerve here, you get a pinched nerve here. It's a syndrome. So to fix it, you have to do what? Fix them all. What do they always do? Treat the symptom.
Operate.
Treat the symptom. But it's a structure. It's called carpal tunnel syndrome. Not carpal tunnel. Same thing with a draw. TMJ. Anybody know what TMJ means? No, don't speak it up. But it's good. Don't use that word. Anybody know? Everybody thinks it's fancy. You know what it means? Temporal, mandible, joint. That's what it means.
But still, if you lose something in the muscle, a portion of that muscle,
Why do you lose portion of that muscle?
because of an accident,
Well, that's limitation of matter.
yeah.
That's
You're
something.
taking it away, but then that joint is not gonna function.
No, it's limitation of matter. You're not, you have all the parts. You do the best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about that type of situation. You know, I had a buddy in Vietnam. Strange story. Kind of funny, you know, went to basic training together, then went to infantry school together, and then we're in the same outfit together overseas. And I was a scout dog handler. Anybody know what that is? I walked point. That was my job in the jungle. I walked point with the dog, you know, all the things. And he was about 500 yards on a patrol, and I was over here, and he got blown up. But he lived. You know, he lived. And they blew his muscle away. But they were able to save his bow. I saw him when he came back to what I know. He was a car mechanic, he didn't care. He's getting X amount of money and so forth. He was alive, and he was alive, he didn't really care. Funniest story, because I can tell it now because he's happy. You know, he got shot 7 times. Because the guy behind him got hit also. That's what they call a claymore mine. Claymore mine is these big, gigantic, buckshits. And they had to point it down, blew his dog up hard, saved his life, but it took his leg off. So the guys came out, picked him up, and were running with him. It's a funny story, because they dropped him. And while you dropping him, the guy, when he got hit, the guy behind him started shooting. And if you know what an M16 is, you can throw a clip, in a second. And the guy behind him, he got shot 7 times. But they went in and out, and so he was happy. He lived. It's not a funny story, but it was when I got back with him. He was happy. Stuff like that. So, pain caused by what? Subluxations, misalignment. 95% of the time, always. Caused by breakdown, and the brain tells you what?
Something's wrong.
Ouch, correct. The brain tells you what? Ouch. Not that, the brain tells you. Because this communicates to the brain. Hey, I'm going to let you know there's something not right here. Okay, all right, we need some help. Bam. Hurts. Okay, well, you rested a few days, Well, what if, so you think you have bad knees. Well, quit playing tennis. I quit playing tennis for 3 months. I felt great. Soon as I started playing again, he didn't change the why. He quit putting the pressure on. So it's all so basic that we just can't keep it that simple. So how many people are suffering? That's the key. Get them in. Most of the people, most of my patients tell them about me. The work we do and so forth, but they don't come. You know why? They're busy in their life. You got to drag them. I mean, literally kick him. Say, I'll pay for the first visit. That sounds impressive. We give it to you, but it sounds more impressive. I'm going to pay for your first visit. It's $200. You're that important to me. They'll come. They'll come. Just tell them. I gave them $200. Check out $200. I made an appointment for you. You're coming. That's what it takes to get people in here. Little kid, that's okay. We do things for good things. So I am done spewing information. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want more food? I'm going to get some food. So thank you for coming. I'm going to do this. This is the topic for September. So we'll do this for 1 month. and get everyone. So we're gonna do a topic a month. So next month, I'm gonna be headaches. That's the next topic, so. Everybody know people have headaches? I'll show them why.
Internal or external?
Well, externals are called wives.
I didn't say that. I just said external.
It's a
shot.
joke.
Cheap shot.
You know, the older I get, the further away I get from figuring out women, but the better I get figuring out women. You don't, you just love them. What do you want, dear? That's it.
You'll never figure them out in your life.
No.
He's so excited.
Careful, there's more than
Well,
that.
Well, it's so funny. I always that great joke, the guy's walking along the beach and he finds
Come
a
out the
little
watch
genie
somewhere.
bottle.
She's letting
You know,
go.
and he rubs it and the genie comes out.
Guess who's
Wonderful.
in
I'll
trouble?
give you a wish. And I says, well, what do you want? Well, thinking about it, I like to know how women think. And they go, oh God, I hate that one. Give me another one. Okay, well, I hate flying, but I like going to Hawaii. Okay, so what I want you to do is build me a highway to Hawaii so I can drive there. And so the genie goes, God, that's going to take a lot of mortar, a lot of help, a lot of this and this and that. I don't think I ought to go that way, And oh God, did I mess the joke up? Okay.
Thanks.
No, that wasn't it. It was I shifted it. I shifted it. Well, let's get back to the beginning. So the guy said I want to go to build a highway, and so well, that's really going to be too much. It's so much worse. There is something else you want. And the guy said, well, yeah, I want to know how women think. And the genie says, do you want that 2 lanes or 4 lanes?